Hello, hi, good evening. So this is Krishnaveni and I've been talking about the story of life on earth, and that's biology. So wishing you all a very happy and a prosperous new year. So thank you so much for joining me on a new year evening. So it's a pleasure to be with you all and discuss a lot of things with you. So it's interesting. So your interaction and your interest is what drives me further to go ahead and bring a lot of interesting things. Yes, Anushri, so good evening. A very happy good evening to you. So thank you so much for joining my session. So please do like, share and subscribe. So yes, Naveen, good evening, Gopal, good evening, thank you, wishing you the same, Anushri. Okay, so for all those who are new, Monday, Wednesday and Friday I teach for class 12, and for the remaining 3 days, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, I teach for class 11. So Naveen, yes, thank you, so wishing you the same, so wishing you a happy and a safe new year. So Priyanka, good evening, so thank you, so again wishing you a happy and a safe new year. So Vinita, hi, so that's nice to have you here. Yes, good evening. Harini, good evening. So thank you so much for joining my session, all of you. Wow, here is Keshav. Yes, good evening. So happy new year to you too. So thank you, Keshav. Bon appetit. All right, okay. So since the topic is related to food, you're telling me bon appetit. All right, so I guess you all enjoyed well for your new year. Yes. So is anyone half sleepy, half awake? Is that so? Alright, so today it's a new year day, I know, so still all of us are working, so you have to listen to class and I have to teach for another 1 hour. So since we're starting a new chapter, so let's make it very simple. So we'll finish it off in 40 minutes today, so then you can be free. Okay, so I don't want to stress you or squeeze you on a new year day as well. Okay, so this is a topic in 12th, today being Friday, so we are starting with a new chapter in class 12. So this is strategies for enhanced food production. Though it may not have a lot of concepts like your morphology, anatomy or reproduction, so it is a chapter that has its own pace, own storyline. Okay, so it's kind of interesting if you actually understand what they're trying to say. Otherwise it's a boring chapter, especially if you're vegetarian and if you're least interested in management stuff. Yes, then it will be boring. But still, if you understand the storyline, because all movies do not have the same storyline, right? So each movie has a different storyline. So depending upon the type of storyline, if you understand what they're trying to say, then it's a pretty interesting chapter. These chapters you do not have to eliminate because there's nothing much that you have to remember. Everything is very logical, right? Ma'am, next take ecology session. All right, yes, your suggestion is considered. So similarly, if you have any suggestions as to which chapter I have to start next, if you want to have a question discussion session, so please do put it in the comment box. So how will I know what is your suggestion, what is your requirement? So I will just keep taking so many lessons now and then. But do put in your suggestions, so give me your suggestions. So put your suggestions in the comment box. So tell me which chapter I should start next, what extra classes do you need. So I should also get some input from your side. Yes, I was about to ask, and thank you, Keshav, you reminded me. Okay, so next I will consider your suggestion to take ecology unit. All right, okay. So in this unit, this is the last chapter. We have already done with human health and diseases, and we have also completed microbes in human life. So only chapter that was left was strategies for enhanced food production. So I thought I'll complete this. Okay, probably next we might go to ecology. So we are left with ecology and the first unit, right? Ecology is not a boring chapter. Ecology is a very interesting chapter. So you maybe you did not know so many interesting things in ecology. So when we are going for ecology, I will tell you a lot of interesting things, a hell of a lot of interesting things. So next to genetics, ecology is more interesting. I will tell you why when we are dealing with ecology. All right. So today, since it's the first lecture, so I didn't get a lot of content. I made it as simple as possible, as sweet as possible. So I don't want to torture myself and you on a new year day. Yes, fine. So we'll just go slowly with this chapter because the more we discuss, the more interesting we go, the more you like the chapter. So that is what is my aim. So we'll look into this chapter very slowly. Fine. Ma'am, premiere about Ebola crisis. Okay, so you want a premiere about Ebola crisis. All right, considered. So thank you for your suggestion. But please do put your suggestion in the comments box, not in the live chat, because later if I forget and if I want to look over, I can look over into the comment section. All right, yes, but that has more weightage, as exactly your ecology has more weightage. Okay, your ecology is equally important because at present situation, at the contemporary world, your ecology is all the more important. All right. Okay, then fine. So all of you are opting for ecology. So the next chapter, next unit will start off with ecology. All right. So in between, I'll give you 2 more premier videos, or if there's a slot free, I will take a live session. Fine. And if I'm thinking, I'm also planning for a question session because so long we have been talking about a lot of chapter again and again. So once we should solve questions also. So that is more important. Story is fine, but at some point I have to test how much you have understood, right? So we'll also have your question session in between. So one day I will take where we will discuss the questions from previous year or from a particular unit. For example, if I say the unit of genetics, it has 3 chapters. What are they? First, it has your Mendelian genetics, then your molecular genetics, then your population genetics. So from all the 3 chapters, what are the questions? I guess for genetics, I am done. So next we'll do for biotechnology. So when I have a quiz or a mega mentee for biotech, it will be easy. Alright, so there is no mentee today as well as tomorrow, so we'll have a mentee on Monday. Alright, so please bear with me. I'm sorry for not having mentee these 3 days, but I will bring back a mentee on Monday. Okay, and beforehand, I will let you know what is the syllabus. Once again, I'll confirm what is the portion for your mentee. Yes? You want me to take ecology chapter, ecology unit from the last chapter. Okay, so what is this reverse order? So are we going in Arabic pattern? So we are moving from your left to right. Yes. Oh, hello, Illuminati. Hello. Good evening and a very happy new year to you. So you're waiting for what? Ecology? Or you're waiting for question solving session? Or are you waiting for premier? So which one are you waiting for? So just give me some time to sort out. So then I will get you a lot of premier videos. I have a lot of ideas as well. But yes, thank you. So please do put in your suggestions as to what you are interested in. So my interest and your interest sometime may be just a wave away. Alright, so do tell me what is your interest, what more you want to learn. So I also plan to have a premiere about your stem cell because a lot of classes I seem to have this question about stem cell. So you people seem to be more interested about your stem cell. So I will get you a premiere about stem cell and it's all the more interesting world. Yes? Okay, so you feel chapter 13 is a bit difficult, so you want me to start from back. Okay, so I tell you guys, so like I told you, biology is a story of life on earth. Your ecology is the perfect story. It's a story that will prick you, that will make you feel guilty. Alright, so we will talk more and a lot of interesting things in ecology. So that is one chapter you should love. Fine? Yes? So any other suggestions that you have for me? So we are in a new year, so you people might have taken resolutions, right? So can I know 1 or 2 of your resolutions? So what did you take? Is there anything related to NEET? Is there anything related to your personal development that you have taken a resolution on? So do you have the habit of making a resolution? If so, just please share one of your resolution. Don't say I have to eat well. Yes, of course, all of us have to eat well. Even I have to eat well. I have to sleep well. You also have to sleep well. I have to teach well and you have to study well. So apart from that, any other proper resolution that you have made? Anything else? Like I will go to bed early because that is a good habit that all of us should get into our life. So anything that's good that you have made a resolution on? Yes, any resolution? No habit of having a resolution? So just randomly celebrate New Year, walk into another world. It's just like another year, another day. Is that? Strictly follow the timetable. Don't be lazy. Okay, so that is the resolution. Okay, so you should wake up at 6 a.m. Alright, so that is also a resolution. Good. So if you have to wake up at 6 a.m., make sure you sleep for 8 hours because you're giving a lot of work to your brain. You're trying to remember a lot of concepts. So you're actually working with your brain. So sleep early and get up early, right? So at least you need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So make sure you have 7 to 8 hours of sleep for your brain to get enough of rest. Strictly follow the timetable. Okay, Keshav, so all the best. So make sure you follow your timetable and don't be lazy, don't fall asleep. Okay, so tell your friend also. So where is your friend today? He didn't come, he's busy celebrating New Year. Alright, so wish him on my behalf. Fine. Okay, so Gopal says it's a personal resolution. Alright, so whatever is your personal resolution, make sure you follow it. Okay, for at least 6 months before NEET. Okay, fine. Okay, so you have to strictly stick to your timetable. You have to listen. Your brain has to listen to you, right? So it is the other way. Okay, so hopefully your brain listens to you. So Divya, hello, good evening. So thank you so much for joining my session. Alright, fine. So no other interesting resolution? Daniel says Happy New Year. Hi Daniel, thank you so much and wishing you a happy and a prosperous and a safe New Year to you too. So may you all clear NEET and tell me one day, yes ma'am, we have cleared. So I'm waiting for that news. Yes Shubham sir, thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year to you too. So Kalyani, hi, hello. So very happy New Year. Thank you guys. Okay, so we are all in the mood of celebration and we're not in the mood of going into the chapter, right? So thank God I didn't take a heavy chapter. So we're just going to talk casually about food. Yes. Imagine if we had genetics chapter, it's just too much burden on you as well as me because we have to concentrate so much. But since it is a chapter about food, so yes, we are still in the mode of celebration. Can I get 90 questions with NCERT only? No, definitely not. Definitely not. You won't get all the 90 questions directly from your NCERT. You will get twisted questions because that is the objective of your national level exam. If all questions comes from NCERT, everyone will clear. So where is the twist and turn? Only when there is a good climax, you sit on the tip of your chair and watch the movie, right? And say, oh my God, what a direction. Oh my God, what an acting. Only if there is a twist and turn, right? So yes, in your NEET also, you will have twist and turn. You won't get direct questions. All the 90 won't be direct. Okay, I can guarantee you maybe 80 questions can be direct if you've understood the logic and the way behind their storyline. But rest, no. All right. Resolution for NEET, because this time I scored 440 marks in my first attempt. Okay, so that was not a bad score. That was a pretty good one. So congratulations and all the best to score more. Yes, we are waiting for that moment. Let's make it happen and make you feel proud. Wow, Keshav. So thank you so much. So then how many questions? All right. So if you're really thorough, if you're in fingertips with all the concepts in and out, understanding the logic and the beauty behind it, yes, 80 questions you can easily, 75 you can clear, no doubt. But the remaining you'll have to work hard because it might not be easy for your age. You have to think outside the box sometimes, understand the question. You should understand the trick behind it. Sometimes when you have questions like reason and assertion, so that is where you go wrong. So you need to think. And mind you, there will be one question that is based on your general knowledge because that is where they have to filter students, right? So if you have 2 dresses, you need to get finalized with one. So you will have your own filters. Okay, so this is not nice, this is better, that is better. So that is how they also want to filter students. So there might be one questions that are difficult. So don't worry. So you give in your best effort. So when you're reading your NCERT, don't blindly read the chapter. Understand, think out of the box, apply what you're reading. All right. So your NCERT is not spoon-fed. So your NCERT has certain lines for which you have to understand plus or minus. Alright, if I say this connective tissue is present here, you should know what is the background of the connective tissue. You should know where it is present, how it is present, what is the function. Okay, so all this comes into picture when you learn it properly, when you listen to a lecture, when you solve a lot of questions, right? No, you can use your NCERT, but when you use your NCERT, make sure you understand in and out. Okay, so don't just blindly read like how you're reading for a school exam, so that will not work. You will have to think outside the box sometimes. Fine? Yes. So don't worry, as you get into picture, as you solve, take up a lot of tests, as you take up a lot of test series, mentees, quizzes, understanding sessions, doubt sessions. Yes, it will be fine. It is not that easy, that tough. Is the MTG enough for bio MCQs? Yes, you can follow MTG. So MTG has good set of questions. All right, fine. So you guys are really scared about NEET, so don't be. So if you're scared about something, you should be brave enough to face that. So only then you will overcome your fear. So don't be scared. It's okay. Let's face it. We have faced a lot of things. We are alive and healthy. So touch wood, in 2021, we have still crossed 2020 safely, happily, healthily. So please be grateful for that and always have hope and determination that you can scrape through. So there's also one more trick that I want to tell you. Sometimes whatever you keep saying happens, right? So that's why they say always think positive, don't think negative, because what you think happens. Yes, the more you keep repeating a line, so how do you by heart? You keep repeating it again and again, right? So the process is called condensation, the process is called condensation. So how does it get remembered? So that is this trick of your subconscious mind which says the more you say something, the more you feed your mind, okay, so this is going to happen, that will definitely happen. So that is the power of your subconscious mind. So just always when you wake up in the morning, say, I will clear NEET, so that will automatically happen. So that is one way of tricking your subconscious mind. That is one way of playing with yourself. All right, yes, many single line has many hidden meanings. That is true. So that is where you need my help and that is why we are talking. All right. For physics, what is the best strategy? Oh my God, don't ask me about physics. So you have physics experts in our team. So might be you can watch. So there is this 100 days physics course going on. So you might try. But for physics, I would recommend again, solve a lot of questions, learn the simplest possible method, go according to the time. So if you have 10 physics problems, so have a time management, okay? So 10 physics problems, if you're trying to solve, okay, for a particular chapter, stay any particular chapter, laws of motion, if you're solving 10 questions, so if you're taking 1 hour, the next time when you solve the same chapter, a different set of questions, you should take less time. So your time management should improve. So for that, your concept should be perfectly fine. So to revise the concept, so how do you revise the concept? Not reading. Just try understanding. So go stand in front of the mirror and explain the concept to yourself. When you explain it to yourself, it becomes more clear. Believe me or not, trust me or not, I don't know, but believe me, when I studied, I was not this clear with the concept. When I studied genetics, when I was in class 12, when I was studying genetics, I was really scared of crosses. I was really scared of genetics. But today, even if you wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me, what is this gene, what is that allele, I can tell you. Because I am so clear after repeated explanations, I know what is happening in and out. So go in front of the mirror, explain a tough concept to yourself. So the more you try to explain yourself, the more comfortable you will get with the subject. So that is also one trick, and I have tried, it works. Yes, please do take notes for all the subject, that is best. So if you take notes, you stay focused for a longer time. Yes, good evening. So happy new year. So thank you so much. So I'm wishing you the same. I'm wishing you a lot of health, happiness, everything. So have a happy and a prosperous new year. Thank you so much for joining my session today. Yes. All right. So don't be scared. It's okay. So we have crossed so much. We will cross the rest. Yes. So with a happy smile, with happy faces, let's talk about food. At least let's talk about a few slides about food. I guess you guys all need a motivation session because you guys are so down. You people are so scared about NEET. So let's have a fun session sometime soon. I will plan it up and come. So we'll talk about a lot of inspirational stories, where stories you look up to and say, oh my God, so there are people existing like this. I am nowhere in the list of problems, right? Yes, so don't worry, I'll get a motivation session where I'll tell you enough stories so that you stay motivated for the next 4-5 months, at least till your NEET gets over. All right, yes, fine. So Shiv Kumar, happy new year. So thank you so much, Shiv Kumar. So wishing you a happy and a safe new year. So thank you so much for joining my session. So please do like, share and subscribe. Yes. Okay, so you want me to take a question session, you want me to give premiere, you want me to give a motivational session, all right? Okay, so I will try to do the best because that also drives me, that keeps me energetic. All right, so when I don't have a class, I really feel bored. So the moment I come here, I'm all energetic. I'm super energetic when I come here than when I go back to my place. All right, so guys, thank you. Wow, super fast week. How come you're here in between the class? You either come before the class or you come after the class. So all right, so wishing you a happy new year too. So thank you so much for joining. So hope you clear NEET this year. All right, yes. So with a good start of 2021, so hope all of you had a good start. So always believe in good things and good things will definitely happen, and always try to rejoice in your small things, so that will make you feel all the more happier. Fine. So shall we go forward to the lecture today? So we have not even crossed the first slide. So let me at least cross the first slide. Yes. Yes, I was about to talk about 𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗃. Yes, I was about to talk about him if I have a motivational session. Yes, I have read all his books. He's a fantastic person. Yes, definitely I will talk about him. So in my previous classes also, once I have talked about Nick for a motivational session. So he's a perfect example. Yes, Illuminati. So I guess we are resonating on the same boat. So definitely I will talk about Nick. Yes, he's a fantastic example. All right, for this, I want to tell you, so the last mentee that I conducted on recombinant DNA technology, so my proud winners are here. So Anushri, yes, I saw you finally. So thank you so much for participating on my mentee. So she was the third winner. And first one is Dr. Ishan and Dr. Sameer. I really don't know who's this, but I should really thank them from the bottom of my heart. So without any invitation, without any forceful pulling them, so this person faithfully placed my quiz. Okay, so on maybe on the note that they want to he or she wants to improve, so it is he mostly. So he wants to improve, but so faithful. So every mentee they come and he puts in a lot of effort. So very good. So thank you so much if you're watching. Otherwise, if someone knows, so please let him know. And then it is Hitanshu. So Hitanshu has been a winner in my previous mentee, but in this mentee he was at second topper. So congratulations. So yes, this is what I want to see. I want to see all your faces here. You are seeing me every day, right? So give me a chance to see you. because that is how the teacher-student rapport develops, right? So in an offline class, yes, I can look into eyes and talk, but here I can hardly look into the camera. All I'm doing is looking into the chat, thinking you're here live in front of me. So give me one chance to look at you here. So yes, Anushree, so I'm so happy to see you. So congratulations. Yes. So here we go forward. Yes, this is the slide. I should have got it in the first, but okay. So wishing you all a very happy new year. So we are done with wishing each other. So I'm going forward. Yes, so we are going to talk about enhanced food production. So let's take a small example. So if you have to cook something for 10 people, so what are the strategies that you will follow? What are the strategies that you will follow? You will ensure you will have large vessels, you will ensure you will have enough ingredients, you will ensure you have enough laborers working or cooking, etc. Right? So similarly, when you're talking about a globe, when you're talking about a population, so how will you enhance the food production? At what level will you work on? So that is what, yes, exactly. You look into the ingredients, you will recollect the recipe, so you'll make sure every step is perfect, right? So that is what we are going to do here. So, but we are going to talk on a global scale. So you're going to remember you have 7 billion population in the world. So how are we going to enhance the production for so many tummies present? All right. So this is mostly based on your animal and your plants. So we get food from your animals and we get food from your plants. So how are these food, how can we enhance the production of these food? So that is what we are going to talk about. All right. It's an interesting journey. It is not a boring chapter. So this is one chapter that even if you're sleepy, you can pay attention to. It is that interesting. All right. But now don't sleep. Okay. So at least today, the first day of the year, don't be lazy. Don't be sleepy. Fine. So what are the strategies that we are going to discuss? So what kind of strategies are you going to discuss? So the first one, we are going to talk about your animal husbandry. So we are going to talk about animal husbandry. So if you're a meat lover, for example, Keshav is their meat lover, so he's going to give us a lot of points about how we are going to manage a farm, a poultry farm, etc. So that is what is about animal husbandry. So this is for the food from animals. Then we are going to talk about the food from plants. So how are we going to enhance that? And single cell proteins. So here comes the role of your microorganisms. So from animals, plants, and even microorganisms, you are going to get food and we're going to enhance their production. And finally, we have an in vitro technique that is called as tissue culture. So we are going to talk about only these things. Yes, Keshav, ready? So when I say animal husbandry, how are we going to enhance the production of meat from animals? So you are going to give me all the points because you are more smart in eating non-living things, right? Anything that is walking, running. Yes, can you give us points? How to enhance the production? So you know better because I don't eat non-veg. All right. Okay. Okay, so hold on, Keshav. So don't start pouring out the points. I know you have a lot of points, but hold on. But before we go into talking about the strategies for production, for enhanced food production, wait, let me tell you why you should do it. So why should we talk about enhancing the food production? You know there are 4 of you in your house. You know how much rice you have to make. You know how much rotis you have to make for 4 people in your house. Then what is the need to study about the globe? You're not going to come out of your house and feed hundreds of people. You're not going to come out of you're not going to come out and open a big kitchen and say, I'm going to make for so many people. No. We are not going to do. We are not that broad-minded. We are very selfish and a bit broad-minded, right? Hardly if we eat, we are happy. That too, we are so selfish-minded. As long as the food is in table for us, we don't even care even if the other person has ate or not. We hardly care, right? As long as we have our tummies filled, we don't even care. Okay, but still, on a broader perspective, what is the need for such strategies? So that is what we're going to talk about. So with the ever increasing population, like I told you, we have a 7 billion population in the world and that's huge. So we can't even define how many times this zero comes for 7 million. Yes, Aman, hello. So you're a bit late, but still fine. So thank you so much for joining my session and wishing you a very, very happy new year. Yes, thank you. So please do like, share and subscribe the session. So we have been talking about a lot of interesting things and we missed you. So I wish you had come earlier, but it's okay. But now we entered into the chapter. Yes. Yes, your video was very good. So thank you so much. I think that's your sister. So thank you so much for the video. So it's me wishing you on behalf of CareerPoint a very, very happy new year. All right. Okay. So your population is increasing every day. So just like we were talking about your, what were we talking about? Your green revolution, your food tripling. Yes, when we were talking about your other day, when we were talking about your biotechnology chapter, right? So similarly, as the population is increasing and the resources are less, how are we going to make efficient use of the resources and at the same time feed all the mouths? So that is smart work, right? So we cannot work hard because already there are less resources. We have already exploited the earth as much as we can, but the population alone is ever increasing. So how are we going to work smart to feed all the mouths? Because all of us need food. So can you stay hungry for 5 days, 10 days? Even when you are fasting, we have fruits, we have juices, we have our own conveniences, right? Yes. But if you stay hungry for more than 10 days, you will automatically die. So it is a necessity that you feed everyone. Yes, yes. Is India going to be the first place in population? Okay, so I have no doubt. So I have no idea whether India is first or not, but I know there's enough population, all right? But I don't know the exact number. Yes, you're coming to Blue Revolution, all right? So Illuminati is way faster. He's thinking at the level of Dan Brown. He's thinking about a secret group. So all right, yes. Okay, so that's why we are going to talk about your enhanced food production. So here, what kind of production, so what kind of techniques are you going to bring about? For example, if it is a school and if you have to organize or manage the school, you bring in a different kind of strategies. So this is with respect to food. It has to be it should not harm your environment, but at the same time, it should increase your yield. It should benefit everyone. It should be cost effective. You have so many factors. So what comes into picture is your biological principles. So we have applied animal husbandry and plant breeding. So there are the two major techniques that we are going to apply or implement to increase your food production. All right. Yes. See, Illuminati is giving you the answer. So India is the second. India is in the second place in terms of population. So thank you so much, Illuminati. Fine. So several new techniques. So apart from your animal husbandry and plant breeding, you have several new techniques, and those techniques are embryo transfer technology and your tissue culture techniques, which we are going to talk about in detail. So I will tell you what is your embryo transfer technology and tissue culture as we are walking through the lecture. So they also play a pivot role. So these are the two main things, and these are accessory techniques that are going to help in enhancing the food production. All right. Yes. So you understood the prerequisite, why we need to study this chapter. So what is the need? So since your biological principles seem to play safe, okay, so they are in the safe zone. They either harm, they either give you more benefit, but in the middle, okay. So that is why we are going ahead with biological principles. So that is the prerequisite or the flashback of this story. All right. India has more fertility rate than China. Okay, all right. So that is in a way advantageous because we are pretty healthier compared to the other nations, though we are a developing nation. All right. Fine. So talking about your animal husbandry, yes, Keshav, pour your points. So what kind of management techniques should we bring about to your meat, etc.? Yes, Ashish Gupta, Happy New Year. So thank you so much. I am also wishing you a very, very happy and a sound New Year. So stay safe and clear meat soon. So thank you so much for joining my session today. So please do like, share and subscribe. Yes, great. Yes, Keshav, give me points on animal husbandry. So you are more experienced in having non-veg meat, etc. So please give us points. So meanwhile, let me tell the others what kind of strategy they have to involve. Okay, so what is animal husbandry? So defining animal husbandry for you. So guys, if you're making notes, take down animal husbandry. So first point, you should know the definition. Yes, so how will you define? So you and I know animal husbandry is management of animals, but at the end of the day, we all look for a scientific definition. So we are all in a scientific community. So how do you define it scientifically? So it is the agricultural practice of breeding and raising a livestock. So what is livestock? A living group of things from which we obtain the products. So they are called as livestock. So this is how you define animal husbandry. All right. So it is the agricultural practice of breeding and raising livestock. All right. Yes. So all this comes under your livestock. So tell me, Keshav, how many you have eaten in this? All? Yes. Animal husbandry refers to the breeding of animals and raising of, wow, great. So that means you have already read this chapter. So Aman, good, keep going. So wait for Menti quiz. Animal husbandry, kya? So what does that mean? So what are the animals there in animal husbandry? Is that what you are asking? So Keshav, tell me, have you tasted everything here? Yes? I don't know. I only how to be hungry by watching YouTube and how to cook. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. Fine. So we look into it. So you have your sheep, you have your cattle, you have your poultry, cattle. Yes. So it's mostly your dairy and your poultry farms that we are going to talk about under animal husbandry. Okay. So your farmers are more skilled in maintaining a livestock, right? So it takes in a lot of effort. So more than you can say it's the management, it is the art, it is a skill behind. So it is art, everything that is playing a role, okay? No, I am not a non-vegetarian, I am a vegetarian, alright? You only eat chicken, lamb and fish. Oh my god, in this also you have a lot of options, great. Okay, yes, I understood your question, I got it right. So mostly you have, so when I say animal husbandry, you talk about your dairy farm, that is your cow, buffalo, etc. Your sheep also comes into picture. Then it is your poultry farming, so from which you take meat like your chicken, your hen. Then you talk about your geese, turkey, if you take, and the eggs that you eat. Then you have your honeybees from which we take the products, yes. Then your fishes that you consume. So all this comes under your animal husbandry, alright, yes. So it is more of an art, because if you have a pet dog at home, so if you have a pet dog, or if you have a, okay, cat is kind of easy to maintain, but if you have a dog, no, I can't teach in Hindi, so this is exclusively a English channel, so we will interact in English, but if you don't understand, you can stop me right there and I will slow down for you, alright? I can talk 1 or 2 words, but I am not changing the complete course of language, since it's an English channel and a lot of people are from different and diverse zones. I will talk in English, alright? Yes. Yes, of course, when I say meat, you're going to slaughter the animal and then have the meat. You're not going to take the animal, put it directly inside your mouth, right? Yes, hello Vinayak Mishra. So wishing you a very happy new year. So thank you so much for joining my session today. So hope you have a very safe, prosperous new year ahead, okay? Yes, so I was telling you, even if you have a single dog, single puppy at home, it takes in a lot of effort to raise that puppy, okay? You have to care for it. When it falls sick, you have to take it to the veterinary doctor. You have to ensure it's properly vaccinated. So like I told you in my previous video, even animals have to be vaccinated at regular intervals. So it is not easy to manage a particular type of animal, be it one puppy. So even if you have one puppy, it is hell a lot of tough to manage. It takes in a lot of effort to look after a puppy, okay? So the puppy is not going to trouble you. It is just going to shower you with a lot of love. But you, since you adopted it, since you got it, you are responsible for its well-being, right? So for it to feed, for it to have a proper, so it should have a proper grooming, it should be given deworming. So it takes in a lot of effort. So imagine when you're having a farm like this, when you're raising a livestock like this, so there are so many cows. So each cow, so if there are 2 cows which are sick, they might have a different disease, right? So it is not that easy to look after a livestock. So farmers do it so splendidly, so smoothly. So then calling it as a skill, we call it as an art. So it is not easy. So if you were at home for throughout your lockdown, right? So how tough it was for your parents to manage you? Just managing 2 siblings, so 2 kids at home is tough. Imagine there are so many people here, so how will they manage? So it is the art of farmers that we have to appreciate at one point. Yes, Priyanka saying good evening. So thank you so much for joining my session today. So Keshav was not asking me to talk in Hindi. So it was, I guess, Avinash who was asking me to talk in Hindi. All right, fine, great. So let me go forward. So care and breeding of livestock is important. So livestock includes, so Avinash, here I am answering your question. So it includes buffaloes, cows, pigs, horses, cattle, sheep, camels, goats, etc. So all that can give you milk, milk and meat. So they come under your livestock. All right, yes. Okay, so this includes poultry farming and fisheries as well, not to forget them. So fisheries include rearing, catching and selling of fishes. So all this comes under fisheries. Okay. So more than 70% of the world's livestock population is in India and China, meaning the predominant population of your livestock, that is all these animals, it lies in India and China. So 70% is in India and China. But the world farm produces only 25%. So compare, 70% is in India and China, but the output that's coming is only 25%. So where is the remaining going? So where are we facing a loss? Again, we are facing a loss. So how to come over the loss? How to overcome the loss? So that is why we are talking or implementing the strategies to enhance the food productions to show that there is no major loss. All right. Always there will be loss, I accept. So always there will not be 100% success, 100% profit, but 1 or 2%, at least still 10% it is fine. But look at the ratio here, it is too high, right? Hence we come up with a strategy, all right? Okay, so here we have a translator, so Vinayak is willing to translate it, all right? So he was, no, I understood his question, maybe he didn't understand what I was saying, or maybe he was not comfortable in English, but thank you for your concern, Vinayak, all right? Okay, so first thing we are going to talk about animal husbandry is management of farms and farm animals. So if you have a farm, so how are you going to manage it? How are you going to ensure it is clean? How are you going to ensure it's efficient? It's going to give you a good productivity or not? So that is what we're going to talk. So when I say farm management, we're going to talk about your dairy and your poultry farms, right? Productivity per unit is low. Yes, correct, Illuminati. So animal breeding. So here under your farm management, so under your animal husbandry, we'll cover all these topics. So first we'll talk about your management of farms and farm animals. So under your management of farm animals, we'll be talking about your dairy and poultry. Yes. Then we'll be talking about your animal breeding, then beekeeping, followed by your fishery. Yes. So all these 4 things comes under your animal husbandry. Today we'll try to finish the first 2. Okay, I guess we have been talking a lot, so it's already 4:40. As much as we can finish, we'll finish. It's not an issue. So in the next class, I can cover it quickly. So we'll try to finish off. Okay, the first class should be interesting so that you fall into the chapter. Then the storyline, I can take it. So initially, the starting few scenes or the few pages of the book has to be interesting, right? Yes. So always for the first lecture, I take in a lot of effort to pull you inside the chapter. Then automatically you'll fall into picture, right? Yes. Okay, so this is your management of farms. This is your poultry. So cute, right? So this is what you eat, Geisha. Yes. Okay, so this is your fisheries. So we are going to talk about each of them in detail. So management of farms and farm animals, that is the first subtopic under your animal husbandry. So we are going to talk about them. So dairy farm management, it is the management of your animals for milk and its products for human consumption. So can you quickly tell me how many milk products are there? So just like the other day we spoke about there are 1800 varieties of cheese. Can you tell me how many types of milk products are there? If anyone knows, if anyone is very crazy about food and milk and its products, can you tell me? How many type of milk products are there? Wow, great. So you are thorough with this chapter. So it will be a revision in my class. Okay, cheese, milk. Okay, so what else milk products are there? Quick. What else milk products do you know? Okay, cheese, milk, curd. Okay, all that butter, curd. Yes, good. So we have got 4. So we have got cheese, milk, butter, curd. All right. So paneer, 5. What else is there? Only 5. Yes, I can understand Hindi. I have no problem in understanding Hindi. Just that I won't talk on this channel. All right. So now only you have 4. Okay, so you have milk sweets. Okay, so that is a modification. I agree. Yes, I am crazy about milk sweets. Yes. Anything else? Any other milk products? So ice cream does not have milk. Ice cream does not have milk. Yes, almond sweets are considered. Dairy milk chocolate. Okay. Okay, anything else? So look at your creativity. Good. Anything else? So what you are not understanding? What you are not understanding? Tell me. So how do I pronounce your name? It's called Fog. Yes, Fog Gamer. Okay, so Fog Gamer. So what do you are not understanding? So should I repeat my question? So I said milk and milk products for human consumption is this your dairy farm management. So I am just asking them. So what are the milk products? Oh my God, coffee, tea, milk product. Wow, great. Great. Kesha, that's why I need you in my class, right? Yes. Okay, so Naveen says some juices. Okay, so some kind of milkshakes. So I'm not asking where you use your milk. I know you use milk for your milkshake, tea, coffee. Yes, that is perfectly fine. So what are the milk products? So when you use milk for some final product, so what is that I'm asking? Okay, so sometimes you can have tea without milk, coffee without milk. That is fine. Oh my God. chocolates, ice creams, many products. All right, so we're all convinced all of us need milk for so many products. So your favorite and my favorite lies in milk. So I understand, yes? Okay, great. So let's stop here and let me look into the chapter. So management of animals for milk and its products for human consumption. So that is your dairy farm management. Keshav, bus, enough for making milk powder. So are you left with anything else? Any more points? So do let me know. Oh my God, one question can make so much of fun in this class. All right. So this is why I say more the number, more fun it is. So that is great. So I love interacting with you. Okay, so Vinayak Mishra has officially become my translator for the class. So thank you so much. Okay, so if at all someone comes and asks me a question in Hindi, you will be the translator. So in a way, you will also watch my lecture. So that's great. So I am happy. So Aman is saying, please stop, otherwise I'll get hungry listening to all the food items. Yes, I'm already hungry listening to curd, paneer, cheese, milk sweets, dairy milk. Yes, I'm already hungry. So don't worry, the entire chapter is about food. Here and there, we'll talk about only food. Okay? Fine. So Keshav says he has no more points. So thank you. So please hold on if you have any points. So before that, let me finish this slide. Okay? So milk yield selection of breeds they combined with high yield and disease resistance is all that we are going to manage here. So here we are going to talk about milk and its products. So you need to have a high yield of milk, right? So if you are going to make sweets, if you are going to make milk seeds, you have to have a high yield of milk, right? And the breed. So your breed should be such that it should be very resistant to disease, and it should not fall sick often. It should be very susceptible. It should be very strong. It should be very immune so that it does not fall sick, and at the same time it should give you more yield of milk. So that is the selection of breeds. So some breeds are not adaptable to some kind of climatic conditions and area, and they very soon fall sick. So you have to select a breed such that it's able to give you a high yield of milk. All right. So that is what we are going to talk about here. So that is how you are going to manage your dairy farms. All right. So on what quality does your milk yield depends? So milk yield again depends on the quality of breed. Like I told you, a cow which is very strong naturally, which can give you a lot of milk. So you have to select that kind of breed. Okay. For example, which is the cow that's giving you maximum yield of milk? So mostly it's your Denmark cow, right? So that gives you liters and liters of milk. So people always prefer Denmark cows for if you're starting a factory or something. So your milk yield depends on the quality of your breed. Okay. So cattle has to be looked after well. Okay, so you're talking from your business point of view. You're talking about the global view because we have to feed all the mouths. So we are looking at strategies. But look at the poor animal also. The animal also has to be cared properly, right? So you have to treat everyone equally. So animals are no less to us. Just that they cannot talk. Animals can definitely talk. But you don't understand. You're not patient enough to understand. Yes, that is 𝗎𝗫. Okay. Okay, so please don't spam around here, gamer. So if you're not interested in the lecture, so please walk out. So here all my kids are focused on the lecture. I need only kids of those type. All right, yes. Okay, so milk is, so that is important. So even you have to talk about your cattle as well. So your cattle also has to be taken care of properly. Only when you respect the cattle will respect you in turn and shower on its product. The same thing with a tree or a plant. So whatever it is, you have to respect it. Even a non-living thing, try respecting it. At one point of time, it will help you. So believe in magic sometimes. So the cattle also has to be looked after well. So it has to be provided with adequate water and maintained disease-free. So if your cattle is not well, it will not come to you and say, hey, Krishna, I am not well, take care of me. No, it is up to you to go and look after the cattle, right? So never an animal will come and say, please, I'm not well, take care of me. No, if the animal is not well, it will stay all the more quiet in its own place. So it is up to the responsibility of the owner to look after. So we have to put in a lot of effort to ensure that it is eating properly, it is eating in the proper amount. Sometimes it takes in less quantity of food, sometimes it will take in a lot of quantity, but it should ensure it's following a proper protocol and it has to be disease-free. All right. So in case of animals, the problem is they are very, very susceptible to microorganism infections, pathogenic infections. For example, your cow, they have this anthrax. So even your dogs, they are very prone to bacterial infections. So it is up to you to take care. So the type of food that you feed. For example, if you are feeding them fruits, okay, for example, if you're feeding your dog fruit, ensure that the fruit is safe. Otherwise, they are very prone to infection. Ensure that the water that you're feeding the cattle is proper. Ensure that the water that you're feeding them is clean. Otherwise, they are very, very prone to infection. And once the infection causes the MOI, so I've already spoken about MOI, right? Multiplicity of infection. It depends on the number of bacteria or virus within a body. If you have 2 bacteria, it's not going to cause an infection. But if you have 10 part 12 bacteria, yes, definitely you're suffering from an infection. So that's why it is important that you maintain the cattle properly. So feeding again depends on the quality and the quantity of fodder. Yes, so fodder is the food for cattle that you give them. So how many of you have seen cows grazing in your place nearby, near the waste basket? So you have a municipality waste in every street, right, where you go dump in all your waste. So how many of you have seen cows grazing there? So we always give them. So gamer, once again I am telling, if you're not interested in lecture, so please walk out. So we are not forcing anyone, right? Okay, so if you have seen your cow grazing in the nearby waste or your sewage garbage, we are already dumping waste and everything in that is waste, so nothing is properly safe, right? So if your cattle is grazing, so it is eating a lot of your plastics, right? And your cow's digestive system cannot break down plastic, so all your waste, all your harmfulness is entering the milk. So in a way, you are also getting affected. So if you are having a cattle farm, so you should ensure the quantity and the quality of food that your cattle is feeding on. All right, yes. So cleanliness is important. Hygiene is also important. So hygiene is important for both the cow. So you have to bath the cows properly at regular intervals. You have to keep the cows clean because the animals will not know. You have to ensure that they are clean as well, and even the person who is handling the cow should also be clean. All right, so it is important. So even while milking the cows, you should ensure it is done with a proper hygiene and a cleanliness. It has to be properly stored. Your milk has to be properly stored and it has to be transported. So have you seen this advertisement on your Arogya heritage and all? Yes, they show you a dairy farm. So cleanliness has to be maintained. All right. So you have not seen any cow. Okay, so go on a mission. So walk till you find a cow and come back. All right, yes, great. So this is about your farm management. All right, okay, so next one is your poultry farm management. So what is poultry? So it is a class of domesticated fowl, so that includes birds. All right, it is used for food or their egg. So we use those kind of domesticated animals for their food or egg, right? So it includes your chicken and ducks, sometimes turkey and geese. So Keshav, have you tried ducks? Have you tried geese? Yes. So all these comes under your poultry. So remember, they are a class of domesticated fowl, that is birds. It is used for food or their eggs. All right, so that comes under poultry. So poultry, it is meat of only those birds. Sometimes it includes more also, but basically we refer only to the meat. Sometimes it includes the eggs also. Eggs of other birds as well. All right, yet, yes. No, that day you were saying, no, I like eating prawn, crab. So I remember that very well. So that got etched in my memory so well. That's why every time I talk about a non-veg food, I remember you. That day you were saying, no, when we're talking about animal kingdom. Yes, ma'am, I eat crab, I eat prawn. This is tasty, that is not tasty. Yes, I eat this fish. So I remember that so well. That's why every time I'm taking you, okay? Okay, so Illuminati is coming up with another revolution. Okay, so that name is perfectly fine for you. So perfectly apt. So your name is Illuminati and you're talking about revolution again and again. So Varghese Korean milk revolution. So can you explain me what is that? Is it a revolution in Kerala? Yes. So can you explain me that? All right. So selection of disease-free and suitable breeds. So again, so your poultry farm management is similar to your dairy farm management. So selection of disease-free and your suitable breeds. Again, your meat is very prone to causing your H1N1 flu, right? So one interesting fact about a H1N1 flu that I want to talk about is, okay, so Vinayak Mishra says he's vegetarian. Yes, that's why here only we have one famous non-vegetarian, that is Keshav. That's why every time I talk about meat, I'm taking his example. Okay, so even I am a vegetarian, all right? Okay, fine. So I was talking to you about your H1N1 flu, right? So your poultry things, your meat are very prone to H1N1. So we have a lot of H1N1 variants, right? So let me tell you, the evolution of these viruses is too high. So we have a lot of H1N1 variation, and each one is a completely different structure. So it is very tough to design a vaccine. So if I say it belongs to a family of H1N1, then the vaccine should work for all the variants. But no, the rate of evolution here is so high that each variant is different. Okay, I just remembered about it. That's why I came back to here. Again, going back. So you have to select a disease-free breed that is able to survive, sustain all kinds of challenges. All right. You have to ensure the farm is safe and clean. Again, you have to water them, you have to clean them, you have to keep the places clean, etc. You have to feed them properly, you have to water them. You again have to give them proper vaccines, proper treatments, etc. Father of milk revolution, okay, Varghese Kurian. All right, so what was the milk revolution all about? So what is your doubt? Yes, you have one question. Yes, Vinayak Mishra, what is your doubt? Chicken flu. Chicken flu, okay, so when you consume meat, okay, sometimes your chicken, they are very prone to your viral infections and bacterial infections. So when you when you have your infection of H1N1 virus, a particular variant that has been transferred to you from the chicken, you call that as chicken flu, okay. You don't know how cutely he told me during the animal kingdom class, ma'am, I have tasted crab and prawn, and this is more tasty, this is less tasty. I will never forget that line. All right. Okay, so Aman is saying, so today the prey is Keshav because I am asking you again and again about food because I know you eat non-veg. So that is what he's saying. Okay, so what do you want me to repeat the last line? You want me to repeat this? Yes. So you have to select a disease-free breed because your your animals, basically your poultry animals, your dairy farm animals, they are very, very prone to infections by bacteria and virus. So you have to ensure they are disease-free. Okay, so when your virus enters the animal, immediately you will not know. Your body and my body right now can have virus, but we are asymptomatic, so will be the animal. But when you slaughter that animal and consume it as a meat or a chicken, then that virus can get transferred to you, right? So that is the problem. So you have to ensure it is disease-free, it is safe. At the same time, you also have to care for the animals. You have to give them proper food, water, and maintain a hygiene condition. Yes, right? Okay. It's okay, let him also know what you're talking about. Anyways, he understood that, yes, he is the prey today. Okay. Okay, so milk revolution, Illuminati, where are you? So tell us, what is milk revolution? Yes, you started the topic, so you tell us what is milk revolution. All right. Yes, yes, if you are talking too much, he will eat you also because you and I are also living, right? Is it so, Keshavan? So have you tried eating humans? Yes, have you tried? So very soon you will try, no? Alright. So Keshav, don't take it on a serious note. We are just kidding, okay? So you are one person who is very funny, who is very, very interactive, and with whom the session is very, very lively. So don't take anything on a serious note. We are just making fun of you, alright? But at the end of the day, you're a very good student, very sincere student who comes to all my lectures. So great. Fine. Is that understood about poultry farming? So shall I go forward? Yes? Okay, so we have to start with animal breeding. So I guess it's already 5. So we'll continue in the next class because it's New Year and I don't want to continue till 5, 5:10, 5:05. Okay, so let's, I started on time today, so I will finish on time. So we still have 5 more minutes. If you want, we can just look into it. So how cute is the dog, right? Yes? Both of you are equally interactive. Both of you are equally interactive. So Keshav is also equally interactive. You want to try pork, so be safe. Again, your pigs are very prone to infections. Okay, so stay safe and sound because you have a resolution to follow. All right, yes. Okay, so animal breeding. So when you breed between species or between breeds, so that is called as animal breeding, and we're going to talk about inbreeding, outbreeding, and what are the types, what are the experiments behind it. So that's what we're going to talk about. So this doggy is very cute, right? But it's a hybrid. Okay, your cat is also cute. Okay, so this shows that you're very, very possessive about your cat. Also great. Okay. That's okay, but as long as you enjoy listening to a bio lecture, I'm fine. As long as you don't, you ask me some question related to the subject, some question related to biology, related to science, I am fine. I have no doubts. As long as you're not disturbing my students and my class, I am really fine. Even I am also open to chatting. Yes, you have a lot of fun in my session. I don't teach for all the 1 hour. We talk a lot and we study less, right? So that is how the session goes. Fine. So this is the hybrid dog. So we're going to talk about hybrids. How are we going to produce hybrids? So why are we going for hybrids in the first place? To ensure you get a high yield, right? So that is thing. I have heard about white revolution. It's not that I have not heard about, but since you got the topic here, I wanted you to explain. All right. Okay, so Keshav is tired of being so active in the session. So before even I could say bye, he said bye, bye, bye. Hurry, wait. Just 4 more minutes, 2 more minutes. We'll say bye together and then leave. Even I have to go. All right. So we have in animal breeding, the main agenda that we're going to talk about is hybrids. So why are we going for hybrids? So what is the need for making the hybrid? Yes. All right. So that is what we'll talk about. So we'll have a little bit of definition to understand in your animal breeding. So we'll talk about that on Monday. So before that, we have a class tomorrow. So tomorrow, Saturday, so 4 p.m. we'll talk about your class 11 chapter. So please do join me again. It will be a live and interactive session. All right. So please do write in the comment section what kind of chapters you want me to teach. So what kind of concepts you want me to explain, whether you want to have a question session. So what kind of premier session you want me to have. I am always ready to give you more information. Okay. Yes. Not only for dog and cat. So here you'll see you have for all the animals. So don't worry. So you're here due to the general knowledge of science. Okay. So you're always welcome, Vinayak. All right. No, I don't have a New Year party. I have a class next. Okay. No, tomorrow there is no mentee. The mentee is on Monday. So I will let you know. All right. So thank you so much for being a lovely audience. I enjoyed the class. So you want me to teach genetics and molecular biology? Okay, so already I have done once. Maybe I can have a revision session of your genetics and molecular biology. So I will definitely bring it. All right. Okay, Priyanka. Thank you so much for your suggestion. It's considered. All right, guys. So have a nice evening ahead. So still New Year. So again, once again, wishing you all a very happy and a warm New Year. Yes, biomolecules I will teach in class 11. So stay safe, stay happy. So enjoy the day further and please do read biology and come back for my class tomorrow. So thank you so much. So this is me signing off. Take care and bye.